All right, everybody's talking about this, but nobody's talking about this. What I'm about to talk about ain't nobody talking about. I'm sure you have heard this before. When you lack motivation, you need discipline. Everybody's saying that. Literally, you go to any motivational channel, everybody's saying motivation is temporary and discipline and consistency is key. We all know that. But what are people not talking about when it comes to discipline? I'm going to tell you right now, it's emotional discipline. Everybody's talking about being disciplined to show up to the gym, being disciplined to be fit, being disciplined in your diet. But nobody's talking about being disciplined emotionally. Why is that? Because a lot of people don't have control of their emotions. And what's crazy is your emotions control you. If you do not control your emotions will control you. How many times have we been angry and we've made a stupid decision because we got angry? How many times have we made a bad investment because we impulsively made a purchase because you didn't think, but you felt, and you let your emotions dictate your actions? This is why this is important. This is super important. This is more important than all of the disciplines, because your emotions is what causes you to lose motivation. Because what is a motivation? What? It's temporary emotion, right? So what if we can control our emotions? What if we can stay in an emotional state that keeps us grounded, that keeps us level-headed at all times? What if we can stay emotionally calm, cool, and collected in the midst of chaos? Wouldn't that be cool? Well, how do you do that? I'm gonna teach you that. Welcome to my channel. If you found this video found you. You came here for a reason. This is a small channel, all right? I do boxing mainly. You can check out my boxing channel if you like, MCKO Boxing. I also make music. You can check out my music, MCKO Music, on all platforms. But this is my new wisdom channel where I'm gonna drop some gems on how you can be a better you. All right, so here we go. Emotional discipline. What are some practical things so that you can do and apply to your life so that you can be emotionally disciplined? Well, for me, as I mentioned, I do boxing. Why does boxing help me become more emotionally disciplined? Well, to put this in perspective for you, when you're inside of the ring, there is somebody trying to punch you in the face. And everybody who knows a little bit of boxing has heard this famous Mike Tyson quote. Mike Tyson, Iron Mike Tyson, one of the greatest boxers of all time, said this: everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Seems very simple, but let me break it down for you, all right? You think you can do something until something by force hits you. Now your plan, your brain is scrambled. Your thought process is no longer the same. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So what if you had the ability to call an audible when you get punched in the face, to change your plan instinctively and intuitively when plans change? Okay, how many times do we plan something and then the plans don't work out? In life. I'm not talking about in the ring. I'm talking about in life. How many times do you count the cost for something and then you missed the cost somewhere? But you actually counted the cost like 5 or 6 times. There was no way you could have missed it, but you did. It happens time and time and time again. So, being emotionally disciplined is everything. Because if you're able to stay calm in a chaotic situation, then when things happen that you can't control, now you will have the wisdom to assess the situation with clarity. Let me use simpler terms. When you are in a calm state of mind, you can find the solution when you're dealing with the problem. Okay, we all have problems in life. There's a problem you're dealing with, but the problem is you're dealing with with the problems that you got inside, the lack of emotional discipline, okay? I'm trying to help you tap into this wisdom right here, but you got to be following me. If you're not following me, go ahead and click off of this video. But if you're following me, you're picking up what I'm putting down, then I got something that can change your life right here. Emotional discipline. If you can find the solution in the midst of the problem, then there will be no problem. Actually, the problem will be smaller than what you think. The problem will be smaller than what you feel. And then the solution will be easier to see, because now you're not really seeing the problem anymore. You're actually seeing the solution. So let me give you an example, right? Let's say I'm boxing somebody and I'm the shorter guy and this guy's taller than me. And every single time I get in there, I keep getting hit in the face so hard that my neck is hurting. And I'm worried now. Now I don't want to get in there because every single time I get close to him, he's just popping me in the face. I got to try a new strategy. And I didn't think of this prior. I didn't think, man, this guy's like, I thought, honestly, when I'm going to get in there, I'm going to walk right through this guy. I'm going to glide right through him. I'm going to be like a leaf in the wind, and I'm just going to dodge everything. But in the midst of the fight, that's not happening. So what do I got to do? I got to be ready mentally to change my tactic. I got to be calm so that way I can think. Because if I'm getting frustrated, like, dang, that hurts. Oh, man, I can't beat this guy. Now, you see what I'm saying? How are you going to win a fight with that mindset? How are you going to do positive things in life when you're already defeated mentally? How are you going to conquer your day? How are you going to have a good day when something bad happens and emotionally you are already in a funk? How are you going to have a good day if you miss your alarm and you're already late for work and you got the whole day to enjoy and to make the best out of? But because you started the day wrong, you're already going to be in this emotional funk. And now everybody has to feel that. And now not only are you ruining your own day, but you're poisoning somebody else's day and other people's emotional states. It's a big deal. This is a big thing that nobody's talking about. Emotional discipline. You need to stay in a calm, cool, collected state of mind, especially you men. Men, you guys are tripping, okay? We're supposed to lead women with a cool, calm, and collected mind, and you're acting like a female, bro. You're getting caught up in your emotions and you're not thinking straight, and then you want to give up. How are you supposed to lead a female? How are you supposed to be a father and lead a family if you're acting a little feminine, my guy? All right, this is a masculine attribute, to be a leader, to be level-headed, to have a conquering mindset, to be able to handle things like a man, to be able to settle matters like a man. Emotional discipline, okay? This is why boxing gave me that emotional discipline. I can be in any situation. Guys, I was arrested. That was one of the most stressful situations in my entire life. And I was 18 years old. I just turned 18. And most people would be emotionally a wreck. They'd be cussing. They wouldn't be able to control themselves. I was calm. And I was focused on how I'm going to get out of this situation. I was inside of my mind and I was trying to think of how I'm going to get out of this situation. I've been in plenty of boxing fights. And sometimes I didn't be in the best position. Like I explained earlier, sometimes I'm getting my head rocked. But then I decided, okay, every single time he throws this punch, I'm going to move this way. But then that plan didn't work because then he caught me with this punch. Okay, but when he does that punch, I'm going to roll here. And boom, now I found a punch that worked for me. And now I'm going to try to keep catching him there. And now I got his timing down. Now I got his rhythm. Now I'm establishing my rhythm, okay? So look, so I say that to say, you might try a new tactic and it may not work. You might get punched in the face again. But you gotta have the will to keep moving forward in a calm state of mind. If you're getting angry, if you're getting frustrated, if you're getting anxious, if you're giving into fear and now you're giving up, you lost. So the battle is not outside of you. It's not external. The battle that you are truly facing is your emotions. You need to Process your emotions, okay? There's a lot of way to process your emotions. Boxing is definitely number one. I'm gonna be an advocate for boxing number one as a boxing coach and a gym owner. But man, get help, get therapy, talk about your problems, talk about what's holding you back inside. Talk about it. Go to therapy. Talk to ChatGPT. Talk to people. Go to BetterHelp.com. This is not sponsored by them, but I see their advertisements and I see people actually find results with them. Okay, so talking about your problems. You need to get the inside turmoil, you need to get it out, okay? Because the first step to healing is to reveal. You need to reveal the things that happen to you, the reason why you feel the way you feel in order to move forward. That way it doesn't hold you back, okay? We need to be thinking forward and not stuck in the past, stuck in the trauma. All right. Otherwise, you're going to continue to make decisions based on impulse, based on anger, and based on your emotions. Okay. And your emotions should not be dictating your life. You should be in control of your emotions, especially as a man. Emotional discipline. Let's talk about it.